Namaste and greetings. I'm in Ashland, Oregon, and it's just had a nice rain last night and got rid of some of the crazy smoke that was in the air. And there's a beautiful blue sky today, and the first cool weather of the season. I think it was about 40 degrees this morning, nice and crisp. The flow of the seasons, the flow of life. And what a year we are experiencing together. So I invite you all to just settle in, and I'm in a very simple space today. And I want to just start with a little chanting together. We'll just chant, just do a little toning. And then I want to talk maybe 5 to 10 minutes on just consciousness, a perspective, and then we'll go into our practice. And all are welcome, and it's really offered in the spirit of supporting you where you are. And so whatever you're working with, whatever, limitations might be there, or just, observances for honoring your body, your health, your needs. It's not about how much we do. It's about breathing. It's about coming back to ourselves and really being able to make a healing connection with our bodies, with our minds, our hearts, and our spirits. And all are welcome. Whatever political affiliation we may be in, whatever religious, experience, wherever we're from. To me, this is the true spirit of yoga and union, and we're all, making our journey right now and trying to figure a lot of things out. And, I know that there are people from all across the spectrum who care about this planet and care about others. And to me, that's a beautiful thing that gives a lot of hope. And so let's just begin with chanting 3 times Om. And there are many sacred sounds out there, so you can always, chant something that feels good for you. And then we're going to chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu a few times. May all beings be happy and free. No exceptions. May I contribute to that healing, to that consciousness. So let's make a little fire. So this is a way just of gathering our energy. The left and right hand are like battery terminals. Just getting a little heat going. And sometimes, we may feel a little tired or just even scattered or just want to focus a little more. And this is a way of gathering. Take a big, deep breath, powerful breath, in and out. And pulse the energy a little bit. Just sensitizing the mind and the body to that electrical pulse. And then deep breath in. Sukhino bhavantu. Sing it out into space. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. Still a few more. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free and awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. Take a deep breath and just anchor yourself to Mother Earth, Pachamama. Just in a way that feels good. You can use the hands, you can just do it through the root, through the body. And sometimes it feels nice just to give your body a little shake or wriggle. Relax the fascia, the tissue. And just connecting into living earth, Mother Gaia. Thank you for all the many blessings that come from Mother. Food, our homes, resources, beauty. Jai Bhumi, Bhumi Mata. And always, whenever possible, just to bring positive energy to the mind, healing. Power of simple gratitude, the power of a deep breath, the power of a mantra, a prayer. Bringing the mind toward a positive view. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So, Om Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amen, peace. So consciousness is a powerful word, and there are different ways that we could define it. But the way that I want to, share this morning is that the whole universe is pervaded with consciousness, intelligence that has self-awareness. And this is nothing new. This is the view of many cultures and traditions, that we live in a living mandala, a living, like a flower of life, a living universe. And that we're all a part of that in ways that we can see and experience, in ways that we still are evolving into our understanding. And the main reason that I wanted to even share this perspective today is that I think it is so important. It's important in daily life and under normal circumstances, and crucially important in challenging times. And this is something I said over many years, that in our In the good times, our practice is what helps us to just stay connected and enjoy life more, be more present and available to all that is good. And in challenging times, it's a lifeline. It's how we reconnect to our center, our spirit, our bodies. Find some center within our mind that is not rooted in fear or stress. Come back to love, come back to our hearts, to what we truly believe. And so the yogis, and in the mythologies and stories of India and many places, there are very powerful stories that you could even equate to what's happening on the planet right now. The forces of consciousness and unconsciousness, of light and dark, and fear and love, the consciousness of awakening, the journey of awakening. And, as a yogi and as someone who is humbly trying to hold that awareness even in the play of this material world, and we all see things that we see, and I see things that are working for peace, working for what I perceive as the good of all, and then I see things that are standing in the way of that, consciously or unconsciously. And you might see it differently, and we all might see certain things from where we are in this moment. But I always try to come back to the place where I'm seeing that everything is part of the same creation, that we're all children of God, we're all children of this universe, we're all humans, we've all been through pain, we all in some way want to find happiness, we're all living out our traumas, we're all trying to move toward what we think is the right way to live, some way. Obviously, you can get pretty confused down here as well. But within every being is consciousness. And this is what we share through that chant that we did, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. The yogis felt that because every living aspect of this universe, every part of this world is imbued with some consciousness, comes from this one source, that we are all related, and that we want to pray and care for everyone, even when we can't, agree, or we can't, be a party to something, somehow in our mind and heart to pray for others and the welfare of our world. And to see this as the play of consciousness itself. The moment we hate, the moment we close our hearts, the moment, we go into some justification for just creating more negativity on the planet, we've done exactly that. We've just created more stuff to work through. And of course it's not easy, because you have to find ways of really, what do you want to put your energy into? What do you want to align with? And I want to share something really powerful with you that struck me many years ago when I heard it. It is always more powerful to be for something than against anything, because of the sheer alignment with the positive momentum of the universe. Life positive. When we're against something, we're putting energy into a negative stance. And I'm not saying don't be against things. I mean, there are plenty of things that I'm not for. But to at least consider, what are we for? What do we want to bring through and to create? And this is a powerful way to think of the concept of dharma. So dharma is as truth, as the movement of life itself. evolving order. And it comes from the word dri, which means to hold up, which in ancient English became, dri became triuth, right? The word truth, English word truth, is related to the Sanskrit word dharma, and it comes from this understanding of that which is holding up everything. So that which is holding things up has an inherent power into it. When we are for that which is good and that which supports life, we're tapping into life itself. See? And we have to navigate right now through a lot of negative emotion, a lot of challenging energy. Everything has its place, but we are all evolving. This world is evolving. And that little seed of the world that we all know is possible is what we're here now creating, what you chose to incarnate at this time to hold in you. And so I'll leave it at that. And think always of yoga as that which is inclusive, that which is uniting or healing or bringing connection to. Okay. So let's just follow that thread into a very short awareness of the body and mind. So sitting with your spine straight, head, neck, spine all in a straight line. Shoulders relaxed, body relaxed. Just become aware of your body, the space inside you. And that space inside you as conscious awareness, as living energy, vibrating. And mentally just fill that space with your presence, your loving presence. And if it feels right, just mentally thank your body. Send some positive energy to your body for all that it's doing right now, keeping you healthy and strong. Your body's made of consciousness, cells vibrating. And keep in mind we are 99% bacteria and viruses. We have a biome inside of us, very powerful. Yeah, just appreciating your body this morning, all that it allows you to do. Eat and hike and walk and dance, sing. And then feeling the boundary of your skin. Allow the mind to just expand into the space around you. Skin like a permeable membrane. And then 360. And sensing that space around you as alive, awake. The quantum field. Living, loving intelligence. And send your positive energy out into that field, your loving intention. I come in peace. So it is right now that your body is inside your mind. And your mind is inside your body. Everything alive with consciousness. Like a living sea of energy. So whenever we om or we do chanting, we're literally aligning these two vibratory spaces. Aligning the mind and the heart, but also aligning the inner space and the outer space, because they're joined. So take your time and just come on up to standing. Melinda?
It's me.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find
It's okay. So I just paused it. Never mind.
I apologize. I'm trying to find it.
All right.
Who's down there?
All right. So we're going to just start with a little play through space this morning, just opening up some energy pathways. So keep in mind that, you know, the body is like the earth of our being. It's the physical place where we literally are in connection with through the five senses and into this world. And the body doesn't lie. It really, you know, it is dealing with what it's dealing with, but it holds within it this beautiful wisdom, this life wisdom. So let's start with just the wrists 9 times each way. Or you can do more. And opening up the heart circulation, opening up the lungs, and feeling into the space that you're in right now also. How does it feel? Right? We always can make adjustments in the flow of our space. That's it. Big breath, heart breath. And in case you don't know, these points are master circulation points for the whole body. Okay, and then the hands 9 times. Try to stretch the webbing. There's a point there for the heart. And that you can actually feel the connective tissue pathways. The fascia moves all the way up into through the trapezius, the scalenes, into the jaw, the tongue. That's it. Kind of moving toward a really dynamic expression for you. Now the ankles, same thing. Opening up the joint capsule. Nice and fluid. And the point, kidney 1, at the bottom of the feet, is also called bubbling spring. And it's really from this connection with earth that the whole body has a lift and spring. And kidneys represent a lot of our vital force. And then you can add a few jaguar springs if you like. Come on down. And then come on up. And if you have a joint injury, you can keep the feet down. Otherwise, you can jump. Do a few times and really just spring. Tap into that primal inner spring, vitality, and give a little roar. You feel it. Nice. Okay, next one. You take the right arm up, turn the palm open, and opening the fascia pathway through the whole side channel, gallbladder, lymphatic system. 5 times. And then let's try forward 5 times. And just keep breathing deeply and letting your body open. And then pause, feel it out. Can you feel more space in that side of your body, more aliveness, more tingling? So what happens a lot, let's go to the other side, is energy flows where attention goes. And when our attention is in very limited places in our body and in our life, that's where the attention flows. That's it. So just awakening these spaces in your body and mind. So 5. Times back, 5 times forward. Oh, I was going to add a little music. Let's see. And then make sure you get both front and back. Guess I don't have it. Oh well, okay. I was going to add a little music, but I'm missing a cable, so I'll have to find that later. Okay, next one. So I want you to play a little bit with just the heaven and earth twist. Arms flop, knees bent. And as you come through the middle, just put like a little dip in there. See how that feels. And just breathing. Let your head turn with your shoulders. Find your breath. Flowing in and out. Long exhale. Deep inhales. All right. All right, and then back to neutral. And then let's take just one arm. So you can take either arm and just start to move it out into space. And take some really deep breaths. So there's really infinite ways that energy moves. A lot of our world is in, linear patterns, but circular patterns, spiral patterns are also very powerful. So, and then try the other side. So there are certain things that move in spirals, and even the word spiral comes from spirare, spirit. So Mother Earth moves in a spiral, the ecliptic around the sun. DNA is a spiral. And in the ancient texts of India, they said Kundalini is also a spiral. Okay, now let's get the double helix going. You ready? And just play a little bit. Just really allowing this circular and fluid intelligence to move in your body. The more alive our cells are, the more these pathways of intelligence are moving, we can respond and adapt to life without being stuck in the same habitual patterns of thinking and perceiving. It's very importante. Okay, awesome. And then just take a moment and anchor it. Palms up for a moment, see how that feels. Just breathe down into your feet. And bringing the hands up to the heart. Let's do a nice, we're going to do a little, we're going to do a salutation, but very fluid. So keep the knees soft. Bring the hands up to the third eye. Take a breath there. And then down through the midline slowly, like French press. Belly in as you go down. Round slightly. Full exhale. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Soft back bend. Keep the knees bent. Lengthen your belly. Belly bright. And then exhale down through the midline like a waterfall. Bent knees, Uttanasana. So either here, those of you that want to add a shoulder stretch, you can reach the arms up behind the back. Shake the neck, especially get C7 relaxed. It's a major marma point there, intersection. Releasing the hands down, step or lightly jump to downward dog. Spread the fingers, ground your palms, and then bend one knee, either knee, and your other leg straight. Opening the backs of the legs, and then switch to the other side. So the backs of the legs, these fascia pathways, very important. Bladder meridian, really connected to our kidney health, reproductive health, water element. And then high on the balls of the feet. Try to make really an even stretch. The hips straight up, hands, hands, arms, legs, hands, feet, all working. And then drop to the knees. Side to side, opening the side lateral spine. Tree of life. Okay, now we're going to go into the fulcrum. So for this one, knees slightly behind the hips to allow more lumbar. Spread the fingers and we're going to rock the feet up. And then you just play with the proportion. Letting your hips sink and the shoulders go back. And then just a little bit deeper each time. And then you can lower down onto the floor. And we'll take a little prostration to Pachamama. Forehead to the earth, palms together. Just receiving that connection to Mother Earth. Living wisdom with life. And then hands under the shoulders, tops of the feet up, shoulders up. We're going to come into a Shalabhasana. And you can try rocking to one side. Move mic pack. And then just keep that lift as you go. And then down, either rest or Bhujangasana. You can do a forearm cobra or any variation of cobra or upward dog. Find your breath. And then back through child's pose. A few breaths there. Back to all fours. Lift the knees, downward dog. And then I'm going to just bend my knees a lot and just start to walk the hands back little by little, but kind of playfully, so you can just, when you're walking your hands back towards your feet, keep bending the knees a lot. Feet are straight. Hang. So only if your back is in good health, you can roll up with me in a moment. Otherwise, I want you to just come up with a flat back and really just protecting your back. You can even walk the hands up like that. But if your back's feeling good, bend the knees, really get the weight in the legs. And we just kind of pulse as we roll up. And as you come up, reach all the way up. And back to the heart. Knees stops, knees soft still. And I'm using, so I've done this one quite a bit, but the Hakini Mudra you can play with. This is really great for neural connectivity. And I bring that right into the heart. And allow this sense of deep coherence, of deep connection, the left and right brain, mind and heart, left and right body, muscle patterns. And let's do the bumblebee breath a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and really vibrating the vagus nerve, the brain, pineal gland, pituitary, and jaw. Deep living connection to earth, to body, to breath, to spirit. This is our evolution where we're moving towards this awakening in human consciousness. More embodied, more present to life, more in connection with life. Breath in, hands up to the third eye, if you like. Hold for a second. And then French press down, knees soft. Uddiyana Bandha, belly in. Mula Bandha, squeeze the pelvic floor. Just do what you can. And then from the root, inhale up. Knees soft, gentle back arch. Belly bright, solar plexus. And then down through the midline. And this time, let's try bending one knee real deep and the other leg more straight. work into these muscle pathways, ligament, tendon with loving awareness. Not forcing the body, but really listening, breathing. And let's try also a squat here, just turning the feet out. And then a good tongue exhale. Smile down to your biome, gut biome. And then hands forward and back to Uttanasana. Straighten the feet. We're going to walk the hands out to dog. Remember, we're just really in this fluid awareness of the body. You can do as much of that as feels good. And then I'm just going to spin on my feet so the heels go to the right, opening up that left side. And I could just be here, or I could even open into a Vasishtasana. And keep the back of the neck soft. Once the neck hardens up, we get into all kinds of trouble. So neck soft, breath deep. And a smile if possible, one breath. And then downward dog. And then let's do the same thing. We're going to just kind of go to the other side. Heels left. And then you can just go halfway. Or you can really let it bloom and open. Scoop the hips forward. Inner shoulder blades together more. Full smile. It's a nice strengthening to the side obliques. And then downward dog again. Inhale, plank. Okay, those that want to add a little push-up Shakti, you can do that. Otherwise, just lower down, maybe 5. And then all the way down and Pachamama. Keep the low back really soft. Progressive cobras. Up into forearm cobra, sphinx. The more I breathe, the more I feel, the more I go into my right brain. And the less the words are right there. I have to really feel for them. And then second cobra. And down, good, back through child's pose. Let's try a pranam here, just bringing your palms together and offering your heart, your body, your mind to the earth. And then to all fours. I'm just playing for a moment with a little left brain, right brain. So if you lift your left hand and your right foot, and then switch it, so right hand and left foot. And then there's this nice little move. You can just take the right foot forward. And then switch it, left leg. One more time. Okay, enough playing. And then, or maybe not enough yet, but for now. And walking the hands back, keeping the knees soft. Squat. This time, explore coming up on the balls of the feet. Try to fully release your jaw and your tongue, teeth. Little pulse. Back to Uttanasana, knees soft. And then only rolling up if the back is good, otherwise come up with a flat back. But just really protecting the back. Reach the arms up as you come up. Low belly in, Manipura belly, solar plexus bright. And then back to either Hakini Mudra or any mudra, knees soft. This concept of pathways of energy is very important, right? So the neural pathways, keeping different ones active all the time. It's so important in the mind, in the brain function. The heart pathways, pathways between the brain and the heart, the nerves. It's all our life force. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Let's do one last salutation. So knees soft. We're going to add a lunge on this one. Third eye. Just try, hang out here for a moment and open through this part of the body out into space. The wisdom mind, Vijnanamaya Kosha. And then just one big circle inhale. Expanding. And then French press down. Knees are soft. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. Inhale. Down through the midline. Try bending one knee. Walking the hands out, legs back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. So I want to give a little bit stronger movement for some of you with the forearm plank. So you can actually do this with the knees down or the knees up. Right? So if you want to go a little easier, knees down. We're going to just take about 3 breaths in plank. Belly in, chin in, front spine long. Now I'm going to shift the weight to the right a little bit, and then take the left forearm down, and then the right. Still knees up only if that's okay for you, otherwise just put the knees down. And 3 more breaths here. Chin in, belly in, front spine long. And then all the way down, make a little pillow for your chin. Little cervical traction. And either resting or I can do forearm cobra sphinx. And then you can also move up into Bhujangasana. You can also do parivrita, turning. Just adding a slight twist. And those that want to just go even a little deeper, you come down, take the hands a little wider, fingertip cobra, and really drawing the low back in and up and the shoulders back. The whole body stretch. And get back through child's pose. I'm just putting my forehead and eyes in my palms, just like a little supporting, healing mudra. Feels good. Especially the forehead. Really relax the front brain. Oh, it feels good when the brain relaxes. And then come on up. And of course, I forgot to do the lunges, so let's just add a little lunge practice here. So curl your toes under. And let's go to downward dog. You can also do this from all fours. And I'm going to have you take your left foot in a little bit toward the center, and then take your right leg up. Move the ankle a little bit. Try not to overlift, but really extend. Spread the toes. Wake up the inner leg muscles, those low belly muscles. And we're going to take the knee through. So if you can, you just kind of hold here a moment. And it's okay if you need to bring the knee down, but those of you that can, go back up. And two more if you can do that. Like really turning on those belly muscles, core muscles. And then we're going to go all the way through. Widen back out a little bit. So it's good to just be hip width apart. Pulse the hips here. So high lunge, runner's lunge. And coming up with as much rooting and fluidity as you can. So just intuitively adjust the legs so that you feel stable, and you can also move a little bit. And here's a good dip. Just into this lunge. Okay, find neutral. Low belly in. Left hip forward. And then just reaching up joyfully. Reach your arms. Keep your jaw relaxed. Find your breath. Deep breath in. And then exhale all the way down like water flowing down. Either take downward dog or all fours. And those of you that would like to, just roll through a vinyasa. Water, all those water molecules are interconnected. And then reaching the left leg up. So right foot in a little bit, and then left leg up. Move your ankle. Left knee toward the forehead. So only do this part if it is possible for you. It's a great movement to stoke the Agni a little bit, the inner fire, belly fire, core fire. And then left foot all the way through. Widen the stance a little bit. Up on the fingertips, high lunge, pulse. And just keep coming back to your breath, a deep diaphragm breath, deep, powerful breath. And I get nice and steady, rooted, deep roots. And come on up. So I want to feel steady and the ability to move. True freedom arises out of the roots that hold us. Low belly in. And reaching up, if you can find that joyful reaching for all the good stuff. Big breath in. And then all the way down. And modify as you like. You can take a vinyasa. Or rest in child's pose or downward dog. And then let's come back into a seated position. You could also just lay on your belly as another option. But just into a seated position for a moment. Spine straight. And just observe tongue against the upper palate. Relax the ears, inner ear. Chin mudra. Chin in. And let's today just let the eyes turn slightly up toward the space between the eyebrows. And feel your mind's eye, your wisdom eye, open, clear, relaxed, present. And imagine that you can see and feel all of your experience right here. It's like a horizon line. And just little moments exploring your inner mind. Opening to your intuition, your inner knowing. And let your whole body just bathe in that relaxation a little more. Being fully at ease. Santosh, content in this moment. Nothing's missing. Many things are on the way, but nothing is missing. Radiating a sense of peace in and out. And perceive the consciousness like a beautiful blue sky, your inner consciousness. Eternal blue sky, clear mind. Notice how you feel, what you're present to in this moment. Om Mani Padme Hum. So just as a reference back to the conversation in the beginning, everything that you can perceive is consciousness, possibly. Every cell in the body, every bird in the sky, and you are eternally already one with that consciousness. Om. So feel free to stay here as long as you need to. Drink from the well of the infinite. Nourish your being with that loving wisdom. Things are in progress down here on earth. And the yogis believe that we're all eternal souls. We come here to be a part of this ongoing tapestry. All right. It's that place that we can touch into in our own being that is really a great well of inspiration, of visioning our life, of making sense of things. like a sacred temple for the mind, the heart, the consciousness. All right, so let's come into a little hip work. Let's take Saitalyasana. So right leg bent, you're on your right hip, left leg back. You could also work into pigeon from here if you like. And we're going to just work the heart toward the knee. And keeping that fluid pulse. Just letting yourself rest. Smooth, deep breath, Ujjayi Pranayama. Then very slowly use your hands and come on up. Take a moment as you come out to just feel. Feel down into your roots, into your legs, up through the heart, through the jaw. Everything is entwined in the tree of life. And let's go the other way. Take your time. So left hip down, right leg back. You could also do pigeon, find the pulse. And just, feel your way into it. We want to create, somewhere I'd say around 50 to 70% intensity. Intensity that you can breathe into, relax your mind into, be present with. Intensity without breath is called stress. Intensity with breath is yoga. And just really settling into that space. Long, smooth inhalation. Long, smooth exhalation. slowly up again. Use the hands to stay present as you move through. And opening the legs out. Okay, so this is a nice place to just sit sometimes on the earth, just really, without even going too much deeper, just really feeling this hip opening that shows up here. Try pointing the toes. If your hamstrings are tight, if the low back is rounding, sit up on something, blanket, bolster, couch cushion, shoulders back, and we're just going to pulse our way. So there's a nice movement that happens in the fluidity here up through the ligaments and the channels. There it was. Feel a little something jammed up in there and it just opened. I did a dance workout with my daughter yesterday, like this incredible amount of lunges. She did way more than I did. And I can feel that today. Alright, so just a little pulsing, and then I want you to try to just find that first big edge for yourself and just breathe there. 3 deep breaths. And then strong base, and come on up. And then from here, we're going to just take the left foot in. You can also do the right foot, doesn't matter. And your heel in line with your pubic bone, so it's like Baddha Konasana. And then just bounce it a little bit, just opening up. So the femur bone goes into the acetabulum, this powerful energetic space. Okay, now we're going to turn to the left knee, or if it's your right knee, whatever knee's bent. Bend the other leg, the straight leg up slightly to protect this inner knee ligament. And then we're going to just move the heart toward that knee. And the head toward the floor. And 3 deep breaths here. And just keep listening and following your body. You may find that you need to come out. You may find that you can go a little deeper. And then strong base. Come on up. Okay, and then now same foot, same position, and we're just going to come forward, heart toward the foot instead of the knee. And this is like half Baddha Konasana. Little pulse. Just meet it. And then strong base, come on up. Feel that. Okay, and then side 2. So now right foot, or maybe it's your left, and you're going to just bounce it a little bit. You know, I've watched many moons and suns in yoga in the West, and you know how we've focused on many different things, all relevant in their way. But this, you know, idea of the perfection of the pose, the perfect pose, the, you know, ultimate flexibility and strength. And I've been through my own injuries. I've been through my own, you know, humbling, and I've watched also many friends who pushed their bodies to extreme limits and then had severe injuries. I've escaped those, which I'm grateful for. But it's something to consider as you really are coming into your body and inhabiting it, not putting unreal expectations on it, not forcing it into something that it doesn't necessarily want to express. And of course that makes perfect sense, right? But we have glorified an ideal for a long time. And what I'm really convinced about is that the ultimate in some way is about just your optimal blueprint, so that you can be healthy, you can function as a beautiful, living, thriving organism. And that practice allows you to express that and to be healthy. So this practice for me is really entwined with, you know, health and really being in our bodies and embodying in a very healthy way. Okay, so now we're going to move over, bend this straight leg knee a little bit. And then settling in for 3 deep, powerful breaths in and out. And then come on up. And then moving heart toward the heel, so heel in front of the pubic bone. And then you start to just work your way down. Ooh. So it's kind of like half Baddha Konasana. For me, my limitation on this one is in this inner knee here. So I'm going to honor that. Shift the weight slightly to the side, and then I can just move a little deeper. Just keep meeting yourself, breathing, and the body will guide you, and the breath will guide you. Relax the jaw, tongue against the palate. All right, come on up. And let's move back to Upavishta, the straddle, just for a little stretch, working the tendons. This movement also is nice up into the psoas connection here. There's so proprioception. A lot of you know that word. I use it a lot. The positive ception movement, the positive movement that creates health. So it's like a resonance, a pattern of energy flow that gets set up. Nociception is the distorted pattern that creates illness. So we're trying to just create these really, you know, fluid, healing pathways. Now grab the inner knee and let's bring this together. And let's do a little butterfly here. Just great. So right at the pubic bone. This is a good exercise for the pelvic organs, men and women. Now hold it try pressing the knees open and lifting the low back in and up. We'll just hold this for about 3 breaths. You can feel free to do more if that feels good this morning. Soft smile whenever you can. Good, and then legs straight. Left leg in. And just so take your left foot to the outside of the right knee and squeeze it in. Stage 1. Stage 2 with your right arm, just reaching across and hugging. Flex both feet, dorsiflex. Left hand behind, lifting and rotating. Stage 2. Deep breath. Stage 3. You can put the elbow there. Chin in and turn to the left. Okay, and release. And let's keep this foot up for a second and just see if we could maybe slide it a little bit, maybe not. You can also work with it right here, and those of you that can, just slide up a little bit toward a half lotus. No force technique, just exploring. Forcing joints usually will create gripping. Enough gripping will lead to injury. And switch. Right foot across. And hug in, dorsiflex both feet. Low back in, lift through the core. Clear mind, deep breath. The more you just, the kind of core basic movements that keep the body healthy, lubricated, fluids flowing, healthy joints, then we can just kind of maintain this into our sunsets. Okay, stage 2. Reaching across with the left arm. I'm still flexing both feet, right hand behind. So the nice release connection between my piriformis here and my jaw. It's deep fascia patterns. And stage 3, if you can, just hook. Chin in. And great. And then bring this foot over and just work the ankle a little bit. And slide it up a little more into the half lotus. Okay. Straighten it out. And then simple cross legs or any comfortable seat. Elevate yourself if you can. So whenever you can, and just little periods of presence, just throughout your day. And I want to offer this in honor of the great soul, Thich Nhat Hanh, who I just heard this morning had left his body. And in my humble way of thinking, he was truly one of the great bodhisattvas on this planet. And now he's even more powerful. He's gone back to the infinite. And, I don't know what the way is. I just know that it's not more war, more hatred, more violence. And so it takes a great courage to really establish ourselves in the footsteps of these great beings and to really clearly be a vessel of peace and love and keep working at that and healing yourself and clearing this vessel. So I'd like to just sit for a few moments and just hold that intention, and you can move from there into some finishing poses, or just sit as you like, just however it feels. But just a moment of consciousness. I'm going to use the Hakini Mudra. And then Thich Nhat Hanh taught mindfulness, presence in such a beautiful way. He updated the Buddhist precepts in such a beautiful modern language. He translated loving kindness as loving friendliness, as one example. And that moved me many years ago, as just changed something in my brain, just an attitude of being friendly toward other beings, all beings. In many moments throughout our day, we could just have a moment of presence, maybe just a few walking steps, eating our food, a moment in the sunlight, to remind us of our deeper nature, our Buddha nature, our Atma, soul consciousness, whatever we want to call it. It is that living essence in all of us that is alive, awake, present. So we offer our prayer this morning, each of us to be aligned to our own deeper truth, to our love and care. To our inner courage, may the light of peace, the consciousness of peace and goodness be awakened in all hearts. Just let your mind enter the flow of infinite blue sky. inside. Lila. So just feeling into these last moments, and if you'd like to just rest in Shavasana, if you'd like to do some finishing poses or just sit in meditation, try to keep yourself really just in this expanded awareness. May the jewel in the lotus shine, unite all beings as one. May the jewel in the lotus shine, awaken all hearts in love. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Sukhino bhavantu loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. Just feeling your breath, feeling the body. May the jewel in the lotus shine, unite our beings as one. May the jewel in the lotus shine, awaken our hearts in love. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 So we stretch our bodies and our minds and our hearts. We allow ourselves to explore new pathways and healing possibilities. Ways to thrive, ways to help others and be a support and receive support. And knowing that our hearts have this incredible capacity, as does our consciousness, an evolutionary capacity to meet this moment. And considering in this earth school, what we learn about emotions, what we know about fear and anger and hate, but what we know about love, and what we know about the power of spirit in each of us. Keep awakening, keep loving, keep using whatever is showing up as part of your journey. And may we all keep creating in little movements, co-creating this world. There's so much good in it and love in it. So have a blessed day today. Um, Class is through the Patreon portal, and if you're not there, it's by donation. And I'm going to add a meditation. I just am not sure when right now. Um, I've got a lot of things churning right now. I'm not really great at linear time. I'm trying. Um, but if you're on Patreon, you'll get notified there, and the recordings will be there. And then I'll also post in the Soul Sangha as well on Facebook. So those are the two main ways. And I'm also setting up, I haven't launched it yet, but I'm on Telegram, the app Telegram. I'm going to set up a little news feed just sharing health information and different, thoughts and practices. I'm not sure how that will evolve, but there's no censorship there, so it's kind of a nice place to just put things out. And unfortunately, a lot of alternative healing practices are being censored right now, which is concerning. But there are always ways to, support and share. So I'll make an announcement about that. But most of all, more than anything, I wish you health and peace and prosperity. And just really in my heart is the feeling that we are all humans. We are all evolving. And, no matter where we're all at right now, is just to keep adding more love and more healing energy to the equation, because that's really what does make a difference. And even in challenging conversations, when you are anchored in your heart, soul, wisdom, and you share from that place, and you move and speak and be from that place, that energy moves through, and it does shift things. Part of what I think right now, and I'll just share this little reflection, is that the matrix, a lot of the old ways of being in relationship to self, to planet, to other, we're being confronted with, to really re-examine. And I recommend for everyone, I didn't get all the way through it, but probably about halfway last night, but the first half was so awesome. Kiss the Ground, if you haven't seen that yet, incredible. It just ties in so many things about, what we talk about here. And anyway, it is really powerful what we all can offer to the equation. So blessings on your journey, and I hope to have live classes again soon somewhere. So peace to all. Namaste.